अस्सलाम वालेकुम टीवी वन के तमाम नाजरीन को खुश आमदेद। हम इस वक्त ह्यूस्टन के मार्की सेंटर में हैं और यहाँ पर ये HDF यानी ह्यूमन डेवलपमेंट फाउंडेशन का गाला होने जा रहा है और बेसिकली ये पहली बार ह्यूस्टन में हो रहा है। ये तंजीम बहुत सालों से अमेरिका में काम कर रही है पाकिस्तान की डेवलपमेंट के लिए और इस बार ये जो ह्यूस्टन में गाला हो रहा है ये सैलाब ज़दगान की मदद के लिए आज फ़ंड रेजिंग होगी। मैं आपकी मुलाकात इस तंजीम को जिन्होंने ऑर्गेनाइज़ किया है यहाँ पर उनसे करवाती हूँ।
फ्लड जो है वो बहुत इफ़ेक्ट किया है पाकिस्तान के विलेजेस को, स्मॉल विलेजेस को। सिटीज़ में तो सब ठीक है मगर विलेजेस में बेचारे जो पहले से गरीब थे वो और भी गरीब हो गए। उसकी वजह से हमने ये फ्लड रिलीफ गाला फंड रेज़र हमने स्टार्ट किया है यहाँ एंड होपफुली इट विल गो वेल टुनाइट, सो वी विल सी।
ह्यूमन डेवलपमेंट फाउंडेशन का जो सबसे इम्प्रेसिव जो चीज़ है उसकी वो ये है कि एक होलिस्टिक अप्रोच लेता है टुवर्ड्स ह्यूमन डेवलपमेंट। सो इट्स नॉट जस्ट लिटरेसी और हेल्थ केयर, इट इंक्लूड्स सोशल मोबिलाइजेशन, इट इंक्लूड्स इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर, इट इंक्लूड्स मटर्नल हेल्थ केयर, न्योनेटल हेल्थ केयर। वो जब सारी चीज़ें मिल के किसी कम्युनिटी को सपोर्ट करती हैं तो तब उस कम्युनिटी की डेवलपमेंट होती है।
खुदा के बंदे तो हैं हज़ारों, बनों में फिरते हैं मारे मारे, मैं उसका बंदा बनूंगा जिसको खुदा के बंदों से प्यार होगा। इसलिए हम यहाँ हैं कि ये जो ऑर्गेनाइजर्स हैं वो ये काम सिर्फ इसलिए कर रहे हैं कि उनको खुदा के बंदों से प्यार है, वो उनके लिए कुछ करना चाहते हैं और उनकी जितनी मदद हम लोग कर सकें वो कम है।
हमेशा ह्यूस्टन हैज़ रिवर्बरेटेड विद इट्स प्रेजेंस और सबसे अच्छी बात ये थी कि यहाँ से भी आपको याद होगा कि कांग्रेशनल डेलीगेशन भी गया है। ह्यूस्टन इज़ एट दी सेंटर आई वुड से, और यहाँ की कम्युनिटी का जो पैशन है वो हमेशा डिस्प्ले पे रहा है, फोर फ्रंट पे रहा है, चाहे वो यहाँ का ये क्राइसिस हो और क्राइसिस हों यहाँ या पाकिस्तान में। तो मुझे बहुत बड़ी खुशी है कि आज HDF जो नेटवर्क है ह्यूस्टन का उन्होंने इसका एहतमाम किया है और बहुत आला तरीके से किया है। दे आर डूइंग ऑलरेडी अ ट्रमेंडस वर्क जो सिग्निफिकेंट इम्प्रूवमेंट पाकिस्तान में लेके आया। जो एम्पिरिकल डाटा जहाँ जहाँ इन्होंने इंटरवेंशंस की हैं वो आपने भी देखा है और ये जो एक उन्होंने थोड़ा सा उन लोगों के ज़्यादा तवज्जो दी है जहाँ पे सैलाब आया। और मैं ये बताता चलूँ आपके तवसत से कि ऑलमोस्ट 6.5 मिलियन जो हमारी फैमिलीज़ हैं उनके ऊपर इसका ऐसा इम्पैक्ट हुआ है कि वो पॉवर्टी लाइन से नीचे चले गए हैं।
HDF से हमारा बहुत पुराना रिश्ता है, पिछले 20 साल से हम इनके साथ फंड रेजिंग कर रहे हैं। तो दुआ कीजिए कि अल्लाह ताला इनको इनके मकसद में कामयाबी अता फरमाए और हम इनके साथ हैं और अल्लाह पाकिस्तान की हिफाजत फरमाए, पाकिस्तान को तरक्की दे, हिफाजत फरमाए।
I'm just a big fan of the organization and I'm happy to help out in whatever way I can. So
I'm Pakistani. I feel for them. It's a good cause. A lot of people impacted because of the flood. So we're raising money for that. Yeah.
देखा आपने कि कितने छोटे-छोटे बच्चे यहाँ पे वॉलंटियर कर रहे हैं पाकिस्तान के लिए।
I would like to welcome everyone to the Houston chapter of the Human Development Foundation Gala for Pakistan Flood Relief. It's a pleasure to have you all here join us this evening. We will begin this gala with the national anthems of Pakistan and the United States of America.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed by the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous sky. Oh, the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streamed. Boxers of moonshine
introduce the Human Development Foundation Houston Chapter Chair, Dr. Zinat Safdar. She's a physician in Houston and a big philanthropist, and she will be giving you an overview of this evening.
HDF. It was founded in 1997 from a group of physicians who thought about giving back to Pakistan, where we came from. I came from there, I went to medical school there, and that is why I'm here and I'm reaping all the benefits of training here and working here, and now I want to give back. And this is my way of giving back just a little bit. So all the physicians, some of the physicians came together, and when the organization got bigger, they said you should include also the non-physicians. So they developed a separate foundation called HDF. And the core value of HDF is what makes me like this organization. It's not just one part of taking care of a family or a village, but it is taking the whole aspect of the village and trying to improve all the aspects that go in running of a village, meaning social mobilization, including women empowerment, which is very dear to my heart, economic development, education and literacy, healthcare advancement, and sustainable environment, which is so important in this day and age of global warming. We know flood has affected 33 million people. And you know who are affected? All the poor people, all the villages. They have been affected. The death toll is more than 1,500. 3,100 roads are completely destroyed. 150 bridges are completely gone. We're not talking about Karachi or Hyderabad or Lahore, Islamabad. We're talking about these villages जो कि बहुत दूर थे. वहाँ लोगों को पहले ही रसाई नहीं थी. अब तो वो भी जो थोड़ा बहुत उनके पास इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर था, जो डेवलप हुआ था या जो अंग्रेज छोड़ गए थे, वो और भी ख़त्म हो गया. So we have to rebuild from the very bottom, and we want to rebuild it to a more efficient way so that हमारी next generation कह सकें कि देखें हमने कितना अच्छा काम किया.
Wonderful speech, Dr. Zinat Safdar, everyone. I also have the pleasure of being her daughter. As an amazing role model she is for my entire life. Next, I would like to invite Dr. Azra Raza to give the keynote address. She is a world-renowned physician and oncologist from Columbia University and a New York award-winning author.
Adabers. Last time I spoke in Houston, at the end of my talk, people kept coming up to me and saying, Azra, Appa, what happened? You didn't recite enough shares. I said, well, it's because right before coming up, my friend Mansoura Sheikh sitting here told me this joke. Man is traveling by train, getting ready for a long journey from Karachi to Lahore. Suddenly the door opens, another guy comes in and says, hello, my name is Shahid and I am a poet. Well, the recipient of good news responded by saying, hello, my name is Javed and I am deaf. I will know that you are not going to have any such excuses because you love Urdu, just like me. Otherwise, why would I even be standing here? So let me start by reciting one of the most beautiful ghazals ever written in Urdu. A ghazal that has been sung by many of our greatest artists, including Ayaz Farid Saab, and yet a ghazal that cannot ever be given its due. It is so beautiful. खबरे तहय्युर इश्क सुन न जुनू रहा न परी रही न तो तू रहा न तो मैं रहा जो रही सो बेखबरी रही शहे बेखुदी ने अता किया मुझे अब वो लिबास बरहनगी न खिरद की बखिया गरी रही न जुनू की पर्दा दरी रही और चली सिमते गैब से क्या हवा कि चमन ज़हूर का मिट गया मगर एक शाखे निहाले गम जिसे दिल कहें सो हरी रही। और नज़रे तगाफुल यार का गिला किस ज़बान से करूं बयां कि शराब सद कदा आरज़ू हमें दिल में थी सो भरी रही। वो अजब घड़ी थी मैं जिस घड़ी लिया दर्स नुस्खे इश्क का। मुलाहिज़ा कीजिए, वो अजब घड़ी थी मैं जिस घड़ी लिया दर्स नुस्खे इश्क का कि किताब अक्ल की ताक पर जो धरी थी त्यों ही धरी रही। और तेरे जोश हैरत हुस्न का असर इस कदर सी यहाँ हुआ कि न आईने में जिला रही न परी को जलवा गरी रही। और किया खाक आतिश इश्क ने दिले बेनवाए सिराज को। बेनवा वॉइसलेस, किया खाक आतिश इश्क ने दिले बेनवाए सिराज को। न खतर रहा न हज़र रहा मगर एक बेखतरी रही। How gorgeous. I'm completely ravished by this language and the fikr that the language conveys. And I'm ravished by the grand culture that produced this language and this fikr. Urdu zindabad. Apni tehzeeb zindabad. I am here because of my sister, Dr. Atiya Khan. I don't mean here in Houston speaking at this HDF Gala, but I mean here as here in this stage in my life. Atiya's love is infinite, and she took great care of her younger siblings as we continue to arrive one by one in the US. When I came over back in 1977, I was staying with her, of course, but I was so anxious to get started on curing cancer that I started going on at her to get me a job. Well, she generously went and spoke to her chief of pediatric oncology at Roswell Park, where she had done a rotation during her residency. I have never forgotten what Arnie Freeman said to Atiya. He said, "Well, Atiya, if your sister is half as good as her, we'll take her." I'm proud to announce that I'm still half as good as Atiya, and that is a huge compliment for me. Thanks for everything, sis. When my daughter Shehrzad was 5 years old, she came home after the first week of kindergarten and announced to us, "I'm just wasting my time. I can't read, I can't write, and they won't let me talk." Well, we told her this is pretty much what summarizes the state of most girls all over the world. They can't read, they can't write, and they are not allowed to speak. The reason why all of you are here today is to help fix this gargantuan injustice. Atiya and I may be oncologists, but we called our mother a rocket scientist. Why? Because her life epitomized what happened to many families as the British in India caused the family fortune to evaporate, and suddenly the men who had lived off the land and who were highly educated in esoteric subjects found themselves bereft of their possession with no practical skills to survive. For my mother, this traumatic experience underscored the importance of education as the only means of individual empowerment, and thus ignited an intense desire in her to educate not only her own children, especially the girls, but to fight hard for the education of all children in her community. There's a beautiful school that my mother established in Pakistan, in Karachi, which bears her name and a beautiful portrait of her to this day. This is the background in which Atya was raised, and I am proud to say that she is now matching my mother in her intense devotion to the same cause. I remember one evening when I was telling some of my friends about my mother and how she taught everyone around her to read and write. So much so that our driver, who had come from northwest frontier provinces, not only became literate, started reading Urdu newspapers and then novels, he became so obsessed with the written word that he ended up writing his autobiography. When I told this story that evening at my home, one of my unnamed but very famous writer friends responded, "Azra, what else would a driver write but an autobiography?" And now he said, we have the name for his next book, Bus. All of us in this room are here because of the pioneering women of our mother's generation. Education became my mother's lifelong passion, and this is how she practiced it. Nazare ko to jumbishe mishga bhi bar hai. Nazare ko to jumbishe mishga bhi bar. Even the blinking of an eyelash is unwelcome when your sight is fixated upon the object of desire. Nazare ko to jumbishe mishga bhi bar hai, nargis ki aankh se tujhe dekha kare koi. With the eye of the narcissus should you see the beloved, because you see the flower never closes its eye. Going back to the ghazal by Siraj Aurangabadi, which I read earlier, written in the mid-1700s, I wanted to only talk about the first and maybe the second sher. Khabare tahayyur ishq sun, na junu raha na pari rahi. On hearing the amazing saga of love, neither the frenzy was left nor the sweetheart. Na to tu raha, na to main raha, jo rahi so bekhabari rahi. I was me no more, you were you no more. Only a state of oblivion existed. Well, the essential idea behind this sher is the much talked about liminal space that exists between being alive and conscious versus being alive and being unself-conscious. It's not the same as being anesthetized, which would be being alive and being unconscious. This is the ultimate state of existence our Sufi saints have talked about endlessly, and those fortunate enough to experience it have described the ethereal, celestial space one occupies in that transcendental moment as the closest one can come to the divine. The point is that the acme of ecstasy and exaltation demands that the distinction between self and other must dissolve, so the two become one. But in order to get there, certain obstacles need to be removed. The most important being the consciousness of self, the I, me, mine states that are constructs of thinking, reason, logic, even feelings. All these must go. Total immersion. Only when that happens can the desire and the object of desire become one. Oneness through this sublime union destroys both the madness, the junoon of the ashiq, as well as the ravishing beauty of the mashook. As Rumi pointed out wisely, I always thought that I was me, but no, I was you and never knew. A curious detail worth noting about this sher was recently pointed out to me by Professor Afzal Sayyed from Habib University in Karachi. He said it's not the ishq But the khabare ishq, khabare tahayyure ishq sun, that has transported the poet to such a maqam-e-bekhudi. Imagine what would happen if he actually experiences ishq when he is feeling like this just by hearing about it. Another important thing is to understand the word tahayyur. It can mean being astonished, confounded. It can mean amazement. But I prefer the word wonder. To understand the word wonder, one has to compare it to its closest cousin, curiosity. You see, curiosity is when you want to know more about something, the urge to find an explanation. Curiosity leads to research, to inquiry. But wonder is when everything you thought you knew is suddenly turned on its head. It's finding something awesomely mysterious or new. Wonder is where the desire to know the already known begins, leading to knowledge of the unknown about the known, a state of mind excited by the perception of novelty, of strangeness, of something not well understood. Socrates said that wonder is the feeling of a philosopher, and philosophy begins in wonder. Thus, this tarkeeb here, tahayyur-e ishq, this refers to the wonder of love with all the elaborate connotations that go with the word tahayyur. Ishq induces a state of wonder that sends everything we knew in our life up to that point into a tailspin. And once caught in the roiling, churning, agitated maelstrom of ishq, the salab-e-bala, the only way to survive is to let go and sink deep. Khusro darya prem ka, so ulti waki dhar. Khusro darya prem ka, so ulti waki dhar. Khusro, the river of love, strangely runs in opposite directions. खुसरो दरिया प्रेम का सो उल्टी वाकी धार, जो उतरा सो डूब गया, जो डूबा सो पार. One who jumps into it drowns, but the one who drowns is the only one who gets across. Anis Zubairi says that this ghazal, Khabar-e-Tahayyur-e-Ishq, is like a flower full of beauty and fragrance that one should smell and enjoy and not try to dissect it. The second best thing after smelling it is to hear it more hearingly. That is, as in a song, and no one on the planet Earth can do this rendition better than the great Farid Ayaz and Abu Muhammad. The way Ayaz Sahab reads the matla is an art on its own, entirely unique. You know how he reads it. Khabare tahayyure ishq sun, na junu raha na pari rahi, na to tu raha, na to main raha, jo rahi so bekhabari rahi. Just adding another tu and another main. The second sher has the same meaning, but with an added twist. Shahe bekhudi ne ata kiya, mujhe ab wo libas-e barehnagi, na khirad ki bakhya gari rahi, na junu ki parda dari rahi. What a dress my beloved has conferred upon me, freeing me from mending it through reason, na khirad ki bakhya gari, mending it through reason, nor ripping it by passion. You don't need any of that. You don't need the mending and ripping at all. You are in that state. My reading of the sher is that because I immersed myself in my beloved by merging myself in the other, I too became invisible. I don't need the crutches of reason or passion anymore to stitch together false coverings. I have ascended to a place of innocence that does not require concealment. You don't need clothes anymore. Now, whatever is inside is the same as outside. It is a beautiful sher which underscores the previous sher in declaring the ultimate joy of Vahdat that comes from forgetting about the petty concerns of the self. In both shers, the real power of the beloved is of such grandness that it can only be referring to God. So I ask myself, well, if it is God, then how do I reach the maqam of tahayyur-e ishq? And the answer comes from many lovely and more recent poets. Before I recite a couple of these shairs now, please note that our poets unanimously, consistently, and with one voice condemn and make fun of Zahid, Naseh, Sheikh, Pandit, Peer, Mullah, priest, everybody. To reach the divine, these holy people are only preaching the easy way out. Sit in a place of worship and pray. No, the real quest for the divine requires more, and our poets are there to teach them how. Aashiqi se milega e zahid, आशिकी से मिलेगा ए ज़ाहिद, बंदगी से खुदा नहीं मिलता. And then points out the price of this ishq. होती नहीं है यूं ही अदा ये नमाज इश्क. Oh God, I love this shade. होती नहीं है यूं ही अदा ये नमाज इश्क, यहाँ शर्त है कि अपने लहू से वुजू करें. जिगर मुरादाबादी says, ये इश्क नहीं आसान, बस इतना समझ लीजिए, एक आग का दरिया है और डूब के जाना है. And Ghalib admonishes, हाँ वो नहीं खुदा परस, जाओ वो बेवफा सही, जिसको हो दीन और दिल अजीज, उसकी गली में जाए क्यों. Those who hold faith and heart dear shouldn't even bother to enter the lane of ishq, passion, because the sacrifices it requires. Please read the rest of this ghazal 1,000 times after today. Listen to it being sung by Abda Parveen, Zilla Khan, Ali Sethi, and of course the great qawwals, and let the tahayyur-e-ishq dawn upon each one of you spontaneously. So far, we learned that the ultimate aim of life is to reach God. But to reach God, prayers are not enough. We need to experience ishq. That the only way to experience ishq is to dive deep, such that any distinction between lover and beloved is eliminated, and a state of bekhudi or self-unconsciousness prevails. That this profound ishq requires one to sacrifice one's blood, sweat, and tears. But how do you really go about shedding your blood, sweat, and tears for God? This is where our poets help out once again. Haqiqi ishq ki ishq-e majazi pehli manzil hai. ये हजरात आप लोग ज़रा पीछे बातें करना बंद करें. प्लीज़ ये शेर सुनिए आप. इस वक्त आपको अगर बातें करनी हैं तो आप मेहरबानी से बाहर चले जाइए. लेकिन ये इस शेर की जिल्लत है कि आप उसको ना सुने. हकीकी इश्क की इश्क़े मजाजी पहली मंजिल है. How gorgeous. हकीकी इश्क, love for God. इश्क़े मजाजी, love for man. The first step you take towards loving God is to love man. हकीकी इश्क की इश्क़े मजाजी पहली मंजिल है. चलो सूए खुदा ए जाहिदो कुए बुता होकर. Meaning that the only way to reach God and to experience this tahayyur-e-ishq is to serve humanity. How delicately Agha Hashar Kashmiri instructs us similarly in this gem of a ghazal. सुए मैं कदा न जाते तो कुछ और बात होती, वो निगाह से पिलाते तो कुछ और बात होती. ये बजा कली ने खिलकर किया गुल सिता मौतर, ये बजा कली ने खिलकर किया गुल सिता मौतर, मगर आप मुस्कुराते तो कुछ और बात होती। गो हवाए गुल सिता ने मेरे दिल की लाज रख ली। Oh God, दिल की लाज रखना. This is such a gorgeous तरकीब. It can never be translated. गो हवाए गुलसिता ने मेरे दिल की लाज रख ली, वो नकाब खुद उठाते तो कुछ और बात होती, वो निगाह से पिलाते तो कुछ और. It's intentionality that matters. It's the sense of agency, the freedom to act in a way we want. वो नकाब खुद उठाते तो कुछ और बात होती. Let me be the master of my fate, the captain of my soul. ये खुले खुले से गेसू इन्हें लाख तू संवारे, अरे मेरे हाथ से संवरते तो कुछ और बात होती. And this last शेर is the prescription of experiencing the tahayyur-e-ishq. गो हरम के रास्ते से वो पहुंच गए खुदा तक. आप बैठ जाएं किसी भी प्रेयर हॉल में और अल्लाह अल्लाह करने लगें, यस यू विल रीच गॉड. गो हरम के रास्ते से वो पहुंच गए खुदा तक, तेरी रह गुजर से जाते तो कुछ और बात होती, वो निगाह से पिलाते तो कुछ और बात होती. What is Agha Hashar really saying? His profound message in this sher is that to reach God, you must walk the walk that will be filled with slings and arrows, yet you must remain totally faithful to the Reh Guzar. Okay, it's all very well to be lecturing others about what they must do, but I ask you, what have you done to travel better on this Reh Guzar? Please ask yourselves. There's an old story about a guy taking a smoking break with his non-smoking colleague. How long have you been smoking for? The colleague asked. 30 years, says the smoker. 30 years? My God, that's cost you so much money. As a pack a day, you're spending $1,900 a year. Had you instead invested that money at an 8% return for the last 30 years, you would have $250,000 in the bank today. That's enough to buy a Ferrari. The smoker looked puzzled. He said, do you smoke? Guy said, no. He said, okay, where's your Ferrari? This is why we have gathered here in Houston tonight, to be witness to a group of individuals who are seeking the Reh Guzar of Tahayyur-e-Ishq by devoting themselves heart and soul to reducing the suffering of humanity, to promote social equality through ensuring proper education and health care, and to save lives affected by natural disasters like the recent floods in Pakistan. I salute these travelers on the Rah Guzar of Ishq who are so consumed by their junoon, working away selflessly. They are at the maqam-e-bekhudi in this quest. I congratulate all the workers of Human Development Foundation who have made this spectacular evening possible, and I urge all of you in the audience to support them by giving wholeheartedly to their cause. Before you tell others to give, please remember the Ferrari story and first give yourself. Let some generous Sikhs and Hindus and Jews and Christians in the audience inspire you as they are opening their purses to support Muslim flood victims like my friends Simrit Palmer and Matt Old sitting here. Thank you so much for your support. And very soon, we will let Ayaz Sahab transport us into the stratosphere with his unique style of saying, Khabare tahayyure ishq sun, na junu raha, na pari rahi, na to tu raha, na to main raha, jo rahi, so bekhabari rahi. HDF जिंदाबाद, ह्यूस्टन जिंदाबाद, पाकिस्तान जिंदाबाद. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Dr. Azra Raza. That was absolutely beautiful. Next, I would like to introduce Dr. Atiya Khan, the founding member of Human Development Foundation. She has dedicated her life for the cause of Human Development Foundation and for the betterment of the people of Pakistan. She will give an overview of the work HDF has done and is currently doing to help reestablish the people who have been impacted by the recent floods in Pakistan.
So, Adab, after Azra to speak is really unbelievable and very, very nervous-wracking. So, but thank God the topics are different and we are not going to be the same. So, here I start my Human Development Foundation talk. मेरी ज़मीन मेरा आखिरी हवाला है, मेरी ज़मीन मेरा आखिरी हवाला है कि मैं रहूं न रहूं इसको बार बार कर दे. There was a Greek god that used to be supposedly invincible. And the secret to his invincibility was that he would go and touch his Mother Earth every time he needed strength. Hercules came to find out about this and decided to suspend him in the air and beat him to death. This mythological story actually underscores that how much you should keep in touch with your motherland for your strength, for your integrity, and for your identity. So today your presence in this hall really is a testament to your love and your connection to your mitti, your watan, your roots, and your country of origin, Pakistan. Pakistan, Zindabad. And Pakistanis, Zindabad. I want to thank the non-Pakistanis that are sitting here also, that they are Zindabad too. So, first of all, I want to thank each and every one of you. And I wish I had time to come and thank each one of you. But time limits are there, so I cannot. But know that I really am very, very, very thankful to you to be here today. And really, I also want to thank the number two is the team that made this evening possible. And this is the first time that I have seen a team that is so dedicated, so committed, so responsible, so hardworking, and so amazing together that I have never seen in my 25 years that I have worked for HDF. I have been there from the beginning to now. So go HDF Houston. Go, you're the best. And I'm not exaggerating it at all. I tell you that. It's no exaggeration. I'm a very truthful person. So the last but not the least, I would like to thank my own sister, my younger sister Azra, who just came 2 days ago from a long trip from Europe and Turkey, and was very tiring trip. She was doing every hour something or the other, and launching her book and all. And 2 days later, she's here and giving a speech like this. I can't believe it, Azra. I'm so proud of you. I want to see so many people who are sitting here that are so amazing, they're so talented, they're so intelligent, they're so big achievers, I should say. I'm feeling nervous talking in front of all of you. But I'm very honored to be given this opportunity to talk about what is my love and what is my spiritual life, HDF, Human Development Foundation. So really, I'm very thankful to everybody to give me this opportunity. HDF was formed in 1997, and Zenith has said some things about it, but I will say a little bit more. 1997, it was formed from the Apna platform, and but because this is the first time in Houston that we are having the event for HDF, I'm going to try and introduce HDF to the rest of the public who doesn't know about HDF. So, first of all, first slide, please. What is development? Human development consists of three things. One is the life expectancy at birth. Number two is literacy rate. And number three is GDP. And this is, we should be, second slide, please. We should be very proud as Pakistanis because a Pakistani economist, Dr. Mehboob Haq, coined this term, Human Development Index, on which all the countries are called or classified as developed or developing countries. So that's what HDI means. Now, the Pakistan ranks very low in this HDI. It is 0.544, when 0 is the worst and 1 is the best. And you will know that when I say this some next sentence, that in Pakistan, 70% women are illiterate. 70% women are illiterate. 123 million people live under $1 a day. Extreme, extreme poverty. 58 million people have no access to any kind of sanitation facility. And 23 million people have no health care at all. Zero, zilch. 18 million people have not even safe drinking water. And the infant mortality rate is one of the highest in the world, 85 per 1,000. And really 370,000 children die every year in Pakistan. That comes to about 40,000 per month of malnutrition and starvation. It is really sad to see that. And I can tell you that an incident that happened with me, I had gone to Pakistan to see the projects, and I went to this school in Karachi, which is called Adam Hangoro School. And the principal told me that today is the award day, so madam, would you like to give the awards? Because children would like it. Of course, I agreed. So we were giving the awards, and when I was giving the merit awards, we called the first person who got the first merit award. Let's say her name was Saima. Saima came and got her award, but when we called the second girl, whose name was Shehnaz, the principal called her name 3 times to come and get the award, and she won't get up. So I, being a pediatrician, I went there to her desk, and I saw her. She was looking pale, she was looking tired, but she was okay. So I touched her forehead, no fever. So I said, are you sick? She said, just looked at me and moved her head. And then I asked her, did you eat anything today? And ladies and gentlemen, would you like to hear what she said to me? Aaj meri bari nahi thi. Today was not my turn. This is what she said. This is how they live. Can you believe that? Can you imagine that people don't even do that? I mean, I can't never understand this. So I think that we can be very oblivious, we can forget all these things, we don't look at it, we don't acknowledge any of these facts, but these are not just numbers. Ladies and gentlemen, these are facts, brutal facts that we have to see. We have to open our eyes and see these things, these poor people who suffer every day. They are so poor, so hungry, so sick, and so illiterate that we need to do something. And you know that we have to feel the pain only when we acknowledge it, only when we see it. And this has been proven, the seeing and feeling the pain, by scientists also. Supposing you were getting an injection, and I did a PET scan on your brain, you know some neurons will light up because of the pain. And if you saw somebody else getting an injection, and I did the PET scan on your brain, the same neurons will light up again. So that means that you felt that pain of looking at the other person having pain. And these neurons are called sympathy neurons or the Dalai Lama neurons. So if that is all true, why aren't we doing anything? Even one man can change the world. हम जो बदलें तो ये भी मुमकिन है, गर्दिशे रोज़ और शब बदल जाए. So I am telling you that very many examples are there of one man changing the world. But I can take 10 names right now, but I will take one name, Idi, who is a hero of every one of us, every Pakistani hero worships Idi. And what I call him is Hazrat Khizr. Khizr was the guy, a prophet that used to show us the right path. Supposedly he's alive and he shows us the right path. So I call him that name because he showed us the right path to do how things can be done without any resources. He was the poorest man in Karachi, but he did so much. And all of you know that, what he did. So I don't have to repeat it. But please understand that we can do it. We will be able to do it if we want to do it, I think. So ED was our thing, but some of the HDF founders took the initiative and consulted three very experts of human development, which were Dr. Mehboob Haq, Dr. Tariq Banoori, and Dr. Adil Najam. Three of them and our people sat down together and started designing the actual project and how we will do it, and gave it a name of Human Development Foundation, and with the mission to, can I have this next slide, please? The HDF mission was to facilitate a non-political movement for a positive social change through mass literacy, universal health care, economic development, and social mobilization. Later on, we added the infrastructure development also, and that added to make it power of 5, and that's our logo now, a power of 5. So, first of all, I'm going to say one by one everything and tell you what we do. So where we work, can I have the next slide, please? Next slide. Yeah. You can see our footprints in all 4 provinces, as Zina said already. In all 4 provinces we work. We work in 326 villages, and we are serving 319,074 people right now with this integrated and holistic model of HDF. But there are many more people that we are serving who are not the whole program, but part of the programs, like just a school or just giving loans or just giving training, skills training or something. So that way we are really doing about 1.5 million or something people, many people. And that's what it is. Next slide, please. So what we do over there, I showed you that we are present in so many places. Now I want to show you what we do. In education and literacy, there are 23 million children who are out of school right now in Pakistan. So a good thing is that there were 25 million a few years ago when we started. So 2 million have gone back to at least there. But in our area, Human Development Foundation area, which we serve, there are 80% enrollment number, so that we take every child, we go to every house and bring the children to the school. In the beginning, what we did was that we would take any place, like open ground, like a rooftop, like jhopri, like any place that somebody would give us a room and just get 30 people and start teaching them. So we said we would just want to give literacy to everybody. It became good and better by we started getting more funds, people got to know us, and we started building schools. And we built and rented schools so that they will become formal schools. And now from 274 non-formal schools, we have only 24 for non-formal schools and 21 formal schools. Can I have the next slide, please? And this is one of our schools. You will show, we're just showing the numbers here. 12,000 students have graduated from our schools and are still continuing their studies, and there are many, many success stories that I can tell, but I would delay it for the time being. Next slide, please. So this is, you can see, then the school used to be like a shuttle, and the second one is the normal school now, formal school, then and now. I'm just showing you how different it is. We also found out that the children who studied in formal schools were doing much better than the people who were doing non-formal schools. So we are hoping that the 24 non-formal schools will also become formal schools very soon. How we made that is that 6 to 10 schools we will put in one school and made it formal. So that's how it happened. The other thing that we do in the school is that school health system that we introduce in Pakistan, that children get annual exams, physical exams, and their eyes and teeth are examined, and if need be, treated or referred outside. Next slide, please. Primary healthcare also, we started very like preventive healthcare and primary healthcare, and we would go, what we will do is we'll send LHVs, lady health visitors, and LHWs, lady health workers, to the village, and they will go door to door, every house. They will go inside and give the injections, the tetanus injection to all WRAs, which is women of reproductive age, and they will give immunization to children according to the WHO guidelines. And they will also, if there was a pregnant woman, they will give antenatal care and introduce them to TBA, which is trained birth attendants. So they were all safe deliveries, and they are all connected to the gynecologist through telephone, telehealth we are doing. So that we are having safe deliveries, antenatal care, and immunization of the children. And that has brought down such amazing results that I will tell you that infant mortality rate, next slide please, that I told you that it was 85 per 1,000, one of the lowest in Pakistan, and now it is in our areas 22 per 1,000. This is an amazing thing. Next slide, please. And this is, you can see that, next slide, infant mortality I showed. This you can see that 97% of our children are immunized against all the infectious diseases, while in Maryland, where I come from, and I'm a pediatrician, there are only 86%. We are doing better than them. Better than myself. So because now people here are refusing immunization, many of them. Next slide, please. So this is, again, then and now. We used to have primary health care in verandas, in any place we get people to come and have mobile health clinics and seminars and all those things, but now we have perfectly normal medical clinics. Mariam just went to see one of those, and she's going to talk about it, what her experience was about our clinics. So there is a doctor, and they see all the sick patients, they do antenatal care, they do deliveries, and they give immunization and everything. So now we have 8 very good clinics, and in addition we have mobile health clinics and health seminars to teach the public about hygiene, about nutrition, about exercise, and all those things. Next slide, please. Economic development. In this part of our integrated model, we give them skills training to women and men, and teach them business management, and also give them loans so that they can become self-reliant and empowered. So we give all kinds of trainings like plumber, electrician, welders, brick makers or tailors, and all kinds of, and then they become really, poverty goes down. 37% we have decreased the poverty level. Next slide, please. I'm trying to finish it quickly. So sustainable environment, this is what it means is that we started developing roads and buildings and street lights and stuff like that. So 2010 there was a flood, and we went down there, and you can see, can you see the previous slide? Yeah. If you see on the right side of mine at least, or yours, that I am there and Dr. Zilaf Munir is there. We are inaugurating the first ever model village that we made. And this is a model village that is in KPK, which is Peshawar, Mardan actually. So on the other side you see many people. Can I have the next slide, please? This is the village that looks like now. You see the roads, and you see the houses, and you see the street lights, and there is also trash removal over there, which a person comes in a donkey cart and takes everybody has a bin outside their house, and the donkey cart takes all the thing and puts it in the dump. So this is sustainable. I'm very proud of these model villages. There are 5 of them that we have built. We are going to build more. Next slide, please. Social capital development. And this is the foundation on which HDF works actually. All the foundation, all the integrated program, all the holistic model is dependent on social development, because we go to the village and we talk to the village leaders, and we ask them if they want anything to be done. And believe me, everybody says that educate our children. Everybody says that, always. So we talk to them, and we make village development organizations, women and men. And so we have now 1,600 village development organizations. In the beginning, we had to facilitate their meetings. We had to tell them how to select their leaders, so that we were teaching them democracy. And then we were also teaching them to save money, and then make the organization every month have the meetings. And now they have become so confident, and so, like in 20 years, they have become so empowered that they tell us that what they are going to do for the development of their village. So they have a pie chart where they have January, February, March, what they are going to do, and they show us, and they present to us. It is wonderful to see that. You know, I'm so happy every time I go to see projects. And I'm going to go on the 23rd of November, because 3 years of COVID, I haven't been there. I'm so upset about that I have not been there. I'm going to show, next slide please. I'm going to show this 2 minutes video of Roxana, and then we can you just play the video, please? This is one of the success stories from our school and from our otherwise social work. Can you start? कोई शम्मा मुनव्वर कर दे जिनके कदमों को किसी
पढ़ता था उस वक्त कॉलेज के ड्यूज वगैरह देने होते थे, तो एचडीएफ के ताउन से मैंने लर्निंग विद अर्निंग किया, और मैंने एमए इंग्लिश किया, और उसमें 604 नंबर लेकर मैं अपने इदारे में एक नुमाया पोजीशन हासिल की। और उसके बाद एचडीएफ में ही मैं एडल्ट लिटरेसी की टीचर से जब मैंने आगाज़ किया था, तो एमए करने के बाद मैंने एज एन एजुकेशन कोऑर्डिनेटर वहाँ पे ज्वाइन किया, और एचडीएफ के साथ जो है एक नए सफ़र का आगाज़ किया। और अपने गांव में बहुत सारे नॉन फार्मल स्कूल खोले जहाँ जहाँ ज़रूरत थी, और एक फार्मल सेकेंडरी स्कूल, हाई सेकेंडरी स्कूल भी खोला, जहाँ से अब बहुत सारी लड़कियाँ मेरे गांव की हर साल मैट्रिक पास कर रही हैं। और मैं एक चीज़ ज़रूर बताना चाहूँगी कि बहुत सारी लड़कियाँ ज़िंदगी के में बहुत अच्छे मुकाम पे पहुँच गई हैं। कुछ लड़कियाँ बैंकर भी हैं, कुछ लड़कियाँ टीचर्स हैं, और कुछ लड़कियाँ मुख्तलिफ NGOs में काम कर रही हैं। और मैं पाकिस्तान में, पूरे पाकिस्तान में काम कर चुकी हूँ। और इसके अलावा जो है मैं आजकल लीगल एड सोसाइटी के साथ एज ए सीनियर प्रोग्राम मैनेजर काम कर रही हूँ, जहाँ हम लोगों के लीगल राइट्स के लिए काम कर रहे हैं, ख़ास तौर पर ख़वातीन के राइट्स के लिए काम कर रहे हैं, उनके वरासती हकूक़ के लिए काम कर रहे हैं, अर्ली चाइल्ड मैरिज को रोकने के लिए, और डिफरेंट पर्सपेक्टिव में हम लोगों के लिए आसानियाँ पैदा कर रहे हैं कि उनको इंसाफ तक रसाई हम कैसे दिला सकते हैं, उनके अंदर शऊर पैदा कर रहे हैं। तो HDF थैंक यू वेरी मच, इसी तरह से काम करते रहें, और सलाम HDF।
Okay, I'm going to. Did you guys understand what she was saying? Okay, so I'm going to end with a poem which is a dua by Faiz Ahmad Faiz, and then I will be done. आइए हाथ उठाएं हम भी, हम जिन्हें रस्म दुआ याद नहीं, हम जिन्हें सोज़े मोहब्बत के सिवा कोई बुत कोई खुदा याद नहीं। आइए अर्ज़ गुज़ारें कि निगारे हस्ती, ज़हरे इमरोज़ में शीरीनी फ़रदा भर दे। वो जिन्हें ताबे गरां बारी अय्याम नहीं, उनकी पलकों पे शबो रोज़ को हल्का कर दे। जिनके कदमों को किसी रह का सहारा भी नहीं, उनकी नज़रों में कोई राह उजागर कर दे। और इश्क़ का सिर्र नहा जान तपा है जिससे, आज इजहार करें और तपिश मिट जाए। और हर्फ़ हक़ दिल में खटकता है जो कांटे की तरह, आज इकरार करें और खलिश मिट जाए। बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया।
Next, I would like to invite Mr. Eric Goodwin. He's here on behalf of Sheila Jackson Lee. If you'd like to come up.
I'm here on behalf of the Honorable Congresswoman Sheila Jackson Lee. I am so delighted to be here on her behalf. I'm her Deputy District Director here in the 18th Congressional District Office. I just want to thank the Human Development Foundation. We dream of Pakistan. I think the theme is very amazing, what your organization is doing. The Congresswoman visited Pakistan about a month ago. She was there. She witnessed for herself the flood, the devastation. She is the Pakistani chair, as you know, and she's very supportive of the Pakistan community. And so I just wanted to thank her for her leadership and her diligence and her partnership with Pakistan. In the Pakistan community, she has been a supporter for many, 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 many years. And so I just want to say that the Human Development Foundation is very awesome that every child goes to school. It's very important that the health care is provided for all. We know, and you know, how the devastation that occurred in Pakistan, how it's impacted the people of Pakistan. And I stand here on behalf of the Congresswoman with the empathy and the desire to support your organization and your efforts in whatever way she can. She is here for you, just know that. She is here for your people, for your community, for the Pakistani community here in America and abroad. And we support these efforts to have clean water. We support these efforts that those communities can become vibrant. We know the amount of homes that were devastated. We know the amount of people who were displaced. And she is a strong supporter. Because if she wasn't a strong supporter, even though she is in other places, she sent me here on behalf to tell you that she is in support of you. I take great pride in recognizing the Human Development Foundation Houston Network on the occasion of the Community Flood Relief Fundraiser. What an effort.
Thank you very much.
What a job. You people, you said something. If you're not doing anything in humanity, you're not doing anything. And so we're here for the people. We're here to serve you and to serve the people of the community. and your organization's ability to gather so many in the hopes of giving back to your community is truly inspiring. And not only is it inspiring, it is truly worthy of the admiration, the commendation of the United States Congress. On behalf of Sheila Jackson Lee, Member of Congress, on November 5th, 2022, I present you with this resolution of congressional recognition on behalf of Congresswoman Sheila Jackson Lee and the constituents of the 18th Congressional District. Thank you so much. God bless you. God bless your efforts and everything that you do in this community. Consul General, thank you for your partnership and your constant friendship and support for so many years. We appreciate you. We love you. We thank you. God bless you. And may you be rewarded for all that you do in the eyes of our Lord and Allah. Okay? God bless you. Thank you.
And I would also want to recognize Consul General Asrar Hashmi, who's been a big supporter for the Pakistani community in Houston. Big round of applause for the Consul.
All right, now we will move on to the fundraising portion of the evening. I would like to invite Dr. Zina Safdar and Mariam Habib to the stage.
I'll want to recognize all the people in the audience, including Abdullah Jaffrey, who's been a long-time supporter, all the people who have been here. I can tell you there are people who have already bought donations and donated to HDF. I would like to put the slides up one by one. People have already donated to the cause. We have Dr. Zeba Barlas. She has donated $1,000 already. Thank you, Zeba. Dr. Zainab Dawood has donated $1,500. We have these checks in hand. Dr. Raza Pasha has donated $500. I think no amount is small. We have ZARS International that has donated $1,000. We have an anonymous donation of $500 that I just got last night, but he's sitting in the crowd, but he told me to make sure that it's anonymous. So I said, okay, fine. We have the branch school, kids from the school who did a fundraiser and they did their collection, whatever pocket money and this, and they made donation to the HDF to help the kids in Pakistan. And their donation one time was $150, one time for $20, another time for $100. I think that is not a small amount coming from young kids. Mir Imam also gave a check. I just received it for $10,000.
मिल के जीना जो सीख लें हम सब गर्दिशे रोज़ और शब बदल जाए.
So we have Simrat Parmar, who has already given us 10K. We have Fabia Yunus, who has given us 5K very generously. We have Wajid Mirza, who has given us 3K.
A couple of more announcements that we can make. Dr. Shahid Malik has just donated $1,000. Then there's another gentleman, Talib Dhanji, and he's donated another $1,000.
Shagufta Naqvi.
And she has been kind enough to donate $2,000.
Thank you, Dr. Shagufta Naqvi.
And we have Shahid Malik, and he's donated $1,000. We have Tariq Khan, and he has donated $2,000. We have Ali Hussaini, and he has donated $500. Haroon Khan and Sumla Khan giving us $250. Thank you so much. It really means a lot. Thank you.
There's another check of $1,000. Asim Faiz and Sadia Asim. Thank you very much.
Kareem Nasser, and he's given us $100 also. Thank you so much. All of this money is going to benefit so many people. It really makes a difference. And then we have an amazing individual, Bushra Rashid, and she has donated $20,000.
Wow. Thank you very much.
And then we have Noman Raja and Fakia Rashid, and they have donated $1,000.
Kareem Nasser, he has donated $100.
And then our wonderful keynote speaker, Dr. Azra Raza, has donated $1,500. Thank you so much.
And we have...
that's Habib Umar Al-Aidrus, and his donation is to the amount of $500.
Wonderful. And we also have a donation of $500 from Abdullah Jaffrey. Thank you.
Lubna Naseem, $2,000. We have Yasmin Naseem and Syed Naseem, and they've donated $1,000. And if we can have somebody very very kind-hearted who can match these donations, that would be the cherry on the cake. You also have an anonymous donor of $1,000 who just matched our $1,000 check.
Wonderful.
This is from Indian Muslim Association. Actually, Indians have given me this.
Tell you, the borders are only on the soil, it's not in the hearts. People will give money if they know there's a need.
Okay, hello everyone. I'm back. Eric Goodwine, Congresswoman's Deputy District Director. I would like to present to you our Congresswoman from the 18th Congressional District because she has so much passion and love for the Pakistani community. She would like to make some remarks. Without further delay, Congresswoman Sheila Jackson Lee.
Thank you so very much. It's my honor to be able to greet you and express my sadness for not being able to join you personally. But to the HDF Houston Network, this fundraising gala is stupendous. To the Council General, to the board chairman, and all of the officers, if it is not us, then who will continue to help the dynamic people of Pakistan? As many of you know, I was the first group of Americans to go to Pakistan during this catastrophic flooding. Was led by me as the chair of the Pakistan caucus of the United States House of Representatives. I believe our presence in going ignited the urgent concern to help for health care and to help ensure that the world knew the devastation that the people were going through. We heard the stories of the loss of wheat, of them trying to protect their livestock, of whole communities, cities surrounded by water, of the desperate need for hospital and health care, the need for support of pregnant women. All of those messages were taken, and we are continuing to keep the idea of support of the Pakistani people before the hearts and minds of Americans and the United States Congress. I can assure you that we are going to continue to provide for those people and to make sure that we stand alongside of Pakistan as it recovers. Thank you as part of the Pakistani diaspora for doing what you're doing and sacrificing to give. United, we can make a difference. The Pakistan caucus stands with you. I continue to work with you. And I know on behalf of President Biden that he also recognizes the importance for the United States collaboration and friendship with Pakistan.
I'm from HDF, and I also saw you at APNA. You have always supported us. I really, from my heart, thank you so much.
We have another check of $500 from Nasha Bombay-wala. Thank you so much.
A donation on behalf of an artist by the name of Rahat Masood. She is a professor and she is also a PhD. She is a visual artist and an educationist. She has won numerous awards for her work and her depiction on social issues, as well as her depiction on environmental issues and a look forward for humanity. We have two of her original artwork today in this event for auction purposes. In the words of the artist herself, I see the scorching desert with restless souls as a symbol of the global water crisis, punctuated by devastating flooding, almost begging to be addressed by effective water management. It is a beautiful piece. Those who appreciate art can just feel the emotion in the painting. Starting bid for this painting is at $5,000. Art lovers, calling all art lovers, and those interested can come up and look at the paintings closely, and they can always contact us directly and tell us if they're interested in purchasing the paintings.
You know, this is fundraising, and the segment of fundraising is still going on. So we would humbly request you, please open your hearts, open your wallets, and donate. Thank you so much.
And we have a great program. We have these Qawwals here, Farid Ayaz and Abu Muhammad. They both are here. They are going to be coming in here shortly. and you can talk to them, mingle with them, and they will be performing. They are really, really good, and they're really looking forward to having a great function here in Houston.
तेरा दस्ते जूद दराज है और तेरा हर गुलाम आयाज है।
तेरा दस्ते जूद दराज है, तेरा हर गुलाम अयाज है। मुझे जिसके लुत्फ पे नाज है, वो तू ही तो बंदा नवाज है।
जन्नत के दरवाजे पर कुछ बड़े बड़े हरूफ में लिखा, नविश्ता बंदर जन्नत बखत सबको जली शफीए रोज़ क़यामत मोहम्मद अरबी। शफीए रोज़ क़यामत, शफीए रोज़ क़यामत मोहम्मद अरबी। खुदा गवाह के बावजूद मोहम्मद अरबी अलीमान मनातो हज़ारी जान गिरोमी रिदा बना मेरी। शफीए रोज़ क़यामत मोहम्मद अरबी। शफीए रोज़ क़यामत मोहम्मद अरबी। खुदा गवाह के बावजूद मोहम्मद अरबी। खुदा गवाह के बावजूद मोहम्मद अरबी। अली इमाम मनसतो मन गुलाम अली। अली इमाम मनसतो मन अली 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 इमाम मनसतो मन गुलाम अली। हज़ार जान गिरामी फिदा बना मेरी। मन कुल तो मौला मौला मन कुल तो मौला। सुभान अल्लाह। अली इमाम मनसतो अली 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 इमाम मनसतो मन गुलाम अली। हज़ार जान गिरामी फिदा बना। बोलो बोलो मन कुल तो मौला मौला मन कुल तो मौला। बोलो बोलो अली इमाम मनसतो मन गुलाम अली। अली इमाम मनसतो अली 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 अली
के साथ दिल बोला अली मौला अली मौला अली आला है औला है अली का बोलबाला है अली का बोलबाला है अली आला है औला जवाला है शाही है अली इसमें अली ने सिर हक खोला अली मौला अली मौला
बहुत शुक्रिया ख़वातीन हज़रात, जैसा कि मैं कई महफिलों में अर्ज कर चुका हूँ कि मेरा काम बज़ाहिर तौर पर शो बिजनेस लगता है, मेरा बिजनेस नहीं है। मैं आता हूँ अपने लोगों को कुछ समझाने के लिए, उनको एजुकेट करने के लिए। ये हमारी सकाफत है बहुत पुरानी, और इस सकाफत को वैसा ही कायम रखना जरूरी है। खुदा कर मोहम्मद को पैदा न करता, खुदा खुदा कर मोहम्मद को पैदा न करता। खुदा की कसम ये खुदाई न होती।
खुदा कर मोहम्मद को पैदा खुदा कर मोहम्मद को पैदा न करता। खुदा की कसम, खुदा की कसम ये खुदा ही न होती।
खुदा कर मोहम्मद कहिए सल्लल्लाहु अलैहि वसल्लम, मोहम्मद सल्लल्लाहु अलैहि वसल्लम। फरमाया नबी करीम सल्लल्लाहु अलैहि वसल्लम ने कि वो शख्स दुनिया का कंजूस तरीन इंसान है कि जिसके सामने मेरा नाम लिया जाए वो दुरूद भी ना पेश कर सल्लल्लाहु अलैहि वसल्लम। खुदा का मोहम्मद को कौन मोहम्मद? वो नबियों में रहमत लक़ब पाने वाला, वो नबियों में रहमत लक़ब पाने वाला, वो नबियों में रहमत लक़ब पाने वाला, वो नबियों में सारे नबियों में, ये सारे नबियों में, ये सारे नबियों में, वो सारे नबियों में, आदम से ईसा तक सारे नबियों में, वो सारे नबियों में, वो सारे नबियों में, सल्लि अला मुहम्मदिन व आलि मुहम्मद।
पढ़ो दुरूद पढ़ो मोमिनों का दीने से
पढ़ो पढ़ो, मैं बताऊं कैसे पढ़ते हैं, पढ़िए। सल्लल्लाहु अलैहि मुहम्मद सल्लल्लाहु अलैहि मुहम्मद सल्लल्लाहु अलैहि मुहम्मद सल्लल्लाहु अलैहि मुहम्मद। पढ़ो दुरूद पढ़ो 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 पढ़ो
पढ़ो दुरूद पढ़ो दुरूद पढ़ो दुरूद पढ़ो
सुभान अल्लाह।
मोमिनों करीने से और सुनो
हुजूर खुद ही चले आएंगे मदीने से।
तो पढ़िए
मौलाया सल्ले व सल्लिम दाइमन अबदन मौलाया सल्ले व सल्लिम दाइमन मौलाया सल्ले व सल्लिम बशर साहिबुल जमाल है तू साहिबुल जमाल है तू सैयदुल बशर साहिबुल जमाल है तू सैयदुल बशर तू से लफ्ज जो तेरी सना करूं, लाऊं कहाँ से लफ्ज जो तेरी सना करूं। मोहसिन कहूं बशर का हबीबे खुदा कहूं, मोहसिन कहूं बशर का हबीबे खुदा कहूं, मोहसिन कहूं बशर का हबीबे खुदा कहूं। हो कट जाए सारी उम्र तेरे जिक्र पाक में, सारी उम्र तेरे जिक्र पाक में, मिल जाए मेरी खाक मदीने की खाक में। मौला या सल्लल्लाहु अलैहि वसल्लम दामाना बदा, मौला या मौला या सल्ले वसल्लम, 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 मौला या सल्ले वसल्लम। आजा तवज्जो जाऊंगा। किस्मत में मेरी किस्मत में मेरी चैन से जीना लिख दे, किस्मत में मेरी चैन से जीना लिख दे। कहीं मेरा सफीना लिख दे। तकदीर मदीने